Well, hello and welcome to the first tutorial video for SEnukeX tutorials. We do have just a couple quick reminders. First off, I'm not affiliated with SEnukeX or its creators in any way, but I'm just a fellow user who likes to share how I nuke things with SEnukeX. I was also a user of the original version of SEnuke, so I'm still trying to get used to this new program. I was not a beta tester, so I just got this program a couple days ago, but I've already got my own ways that I kind of like to do things. Now, my particular techniques keep changing, literally every day, but these couple tutorials are just going to show you a couple quick ways to do some things in an organized fashion. So, first and foremost, we're just going to start off with creating accounts. Now, of course, if you have the software right now and you've played with it, you've probably already used the campaign creation wizard. Now, the wizard is great. It's really an awesome tool. However, it's not the only way to use SEnukeX, and that's why I happen to like SEnukeX so much, because you don't have to do anything in any particular way. You as a user can choose your own strategy on how you'd like to use the software. The software is there as a tool, not as a guide. Though the wizard does work as a guide, you don't have to use it. So, instead of the wizard creating a campaign to promote a particular web page, and using all the different modules that SEnuke has to offer, you can actually create campaigns just to do specific steps in promoting a website. So, obviously, we're going to start off with account creation. That's the first step that we all have to do when we're nuking our websites. We have to have accounts. So, we're going to go ahead and start off with creating accounts. So, we have to create a new campaign, and we're going to call it, we're going to do social bookmarks for this. We're going to call it social bookmark account creation. We're going to save the campaign. So now we have the new campaign over here on the left hand side. Over in this right hand side right here, if you look up here, you can see these 4 tabs. We have the projects window, the profiles window, the URLs, and then the log. Log isn't important to us. We're kind of going to ignore that right now. The projects is going to be everything that we can schedule to run. So like if we want to create accounts, we're going to create a project that will create accounts. Campaigns also have to have profile settings or account profiles. Okay, so these profiles are just like the original version of SEnuke if you use the original version. Basically, one account profile can hold the data for many different accounts. So in this case, we're just going to create social bookmark accounts, but either way, we need to create some new profiles. So we're going to go up to the new tab up here, go down to account profile, click on account profile, and we're just going to rename it to profile 1. We're going to do this a couple times, so new, account profile, profile 2. I'll do 3 total, profile 3. Now, typically, I like to make a lot more than just 3 profiles, and I suggest that you make more than 3 profiles. It helps with the randomization when you actually use these accounts. It reduces your footprint, if you will, from the same username and stuff like that. But for the sake of the tutorial and keeping this video as short as possible, we're just going to work with 3 profiles. Well, these profiles are empty right now. If we were to double-click it and open up the window here, you can see it would give us a couple different things right here. It would give us our username and the password for a particular site and for the module. Okay, so for the module, it might say socialbookmarking@dig.com, and it would have the username and the password. Obviously, we haven't created any accounts, so this is empty. There aren't any accounts in it yet. If you have accounts you already want to add, you can add accounts right here manually, but I don't have any for the sake of this tutorial. And also, I want to show you how to do this. So we're going to go to the Projects tab over here. Click on it. We need to create a new account creation project to fill up those profiles that we just created, because our profiles are empty. So, once again, we go to New, Account Creation. New Account Creation Project 1. Alright, so we're just going to use this project right now first. We're going to go ahead and double-click this. Oops. Alright, and it opens up our project window. As you can see, if you are familiar with the original version of SEnuke, it looks somewhat similar to the previous account creation version in SEnuke Legacy. We have the 4 email accounts that we can use, either a pre-created Hotmail account, Yahoo, create a separate Hotmail account, or AOL Mail. Preferably, I like to use Yahoo, so we're going to go ahead and click that. Also, if you look at the top, it gives you the different categories of websites that you can create accounts on. So we have social networks, article directories, social bookmark sites, video sites, RSS, press release, and Web 2.0 profiles. Okay. So you can select all sites. We're not going to do that right now. We just want to create some social bookmarking. So we're going to select that. And if you scroll down the list here, you can actually find where those accounts are checked. It's in the bookmarking section right here. And you can see it's 22 sites, I believe. Now, a couple of these sites sometimes have a tendency to not work. Typically, that's just based upon your cookies and so on and so forth. So we're just going to leave them all checked. These are all the accounts that we're going to want to create. So we've selected all those accounts. We've selected a Yahoo Mail account because obviously we have to create an email account if we want to sign up for other accounts on websites. Then we're going to go to Generate Random Profile over here on the right-hand side. Just going to click it. I like finding names that are somewhat short in letters. Mark Shepard is fine. Sometimes there are longer names, and there will be issues with usernames that are too long for email addresses. So I try to keep them as short as possible. So it automatically creates everything for us, and that's fine. We don't have to mess with any other settings. So all we need to do is click that Generate Random Profile button. Then up top here, it's kind of hiding. I missed this when I first started using SEnukeX. But if you look at the top here where the mouse is, it says Project Profile. This is referring to those profiles that were created under the Profiles tab. Okay? Remember, we created Profile 1, Profile 2, and Profile 3. They don't have any account information yet, but from this screen right here, the Account Creation Project, it's how we're going to fill them. So, it says Select Profile. We're going to go to Profile 1. Click Profile 1. So now, all these accounts that it makes are going to go into Profile 1. Now keep in mind, if you want to put accounts into a profile, the profile already has to exist. And that's why we created them beforehand. You wouldn't be able to create a new profile just out of this window. Or at least, I don't think you can, except for this little add sign right here. You can add a new profile. But as far as it already being selected in here, you can't do that. So we already created our profiles. We selected Profile 1. And now this is actually already good to go. Now you can schedule this for a specific time. So schedule project. Oh yeah, we got to create our email address first. Forgot about that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to say create email address Yahoo Mail. And SEnuke is going to go over to Yahoo. And it's going to create a new email address. Alright, perfect. So our email address is created. So, now if we go to Profile 1, you can see that it's filled in our mail, Yahoo Mail. That's the one account that we have under Profile 1 right now. Pretty simple, right? Alright, so we're going to go back to our account creation project. We're going to uncheck Yahoo Mail. Now we're going to say Schedule Project. Okay, apparently it doesn't think I have any sites selected. Ooh, that's interesting, I don't. So I'm going to select social bookmarking sites. Hopefully that fixes it. There we go. So all of our social bookmark sites are selected. Now we can click Schedule Project. So we can select a start date here. Currently it's the 8th of April. It's about 12:24 a.m. So it has it set for 1 a.m. We're actually not going to schedule it just for the sake of this video. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. I'll show you how to schedule some later projects. So let's say we set it to go at 1 a.m., okay? We don't want to spread the submission. I just want to create these accounts now, so we're not going to check spread submission. So we're just going to click Save for it to start at 1 a.m. So now this entire profile, this account creation project, will run at 1 a.m. It'll create all the social bookmark accounts, and it will automatically fill them into Profile 1. So once again, we created a project. This project is going to create account profiles, which go into this profile file right here, Profile 1. Now we can actually create more projects. We can actually just say copy and then paste. And then I'd rename this to Project 2. We can actually do the same thing. So we're going to select Yahoo Mail. Actually, it doesn't really matter if you select it or not when you create your email address in the first place. But what you can do is select it just like this. Generate random profile. Okay. We're going to make sure that all of our sites are selected, social bookmarking sites, and they are selected. Instead of going for the schedule right here, because we don't, let's say you're just setting all these accounts up really fast. Maybe you're going to go somewhere, so you just want to have this run while you're gone. Okay. Now make sure that you remember, go to Project Profile at the top, select the profile that you're going to want to fill with the accounts. So we're going to do Profile 2, because remember the previous project that we created is for Profile 1. Now we want to create profiles for Profile 2. So we're going to close this. Now remember, we didn't create the email address, but we do have Project 1 scheduled at 1 a.m. And now Project 2, which we were just working on, we want to schedule it, and we want it to run after Project 1 runs. So we can say start after this project. We're going to check that checkbox. So we want it to start after new account creation Project 1 is complete. Once again, we're not going to spread the submission, so we're going to leave that unchecked. And then we're going to click Save. So now, what will happen is at 1 o'clock, the new account creation Project 1 will run. That'll create profiles. It will verify all the emails, and it will fill those accounts into Profile 1. After that runs, after our account creation Project 1 is successful and complete, SEnuke will automatically go to project number 2. Project number 2 is going to create social bookmark accounts and place them into profile number 2. Then what we can do is actually create a third one, a third account creation project. So copy, paste. I'll just rename this to number 3 for the sake of easiness here. We're going to open it up. Just want to make sure you click Generate Random Profile. Make sure Yahoo Mail is selected. Make sure your social bookmarking sites are selected, and they are. We're going to make sure that we choose our profile that we want it to fill. We want this to fill profile number 3. All right. Now that's good. And we can set up the schedule, schedule project, start after this project. In this case, we want number 3 to run immediately after number 2 is complete. Okay, so we'll click Save. So now, just to go over it one more time, make sure you got this. New account creation project 1 is going to run at 1 o'clock tonight. After that's complete, and it's created all the profiles, SEnuke will choose new account creation project number 2. It's going to do the exact same thing. It will create all the social bookmarking accounts. It will fill them into profile number 2. And after that's complete, it'll run new account creation project number 3. That project will fill profile number 3. So that just about sums up creating account creation projects and filling profiles. Like I said, you can go a lot further with this. Instead of just creating social bookmarking accounts, you could also just create a bunch more profiles. You could create 15 profiles if you wanted. You could create 30 of them, have it run all day. If you're going to be gone all day, just create a bunch of profile accounts. I mean, it's never bad to have a lot of profile accounts because it looks like a bunch of people are nuking your website instead of one username or or one account. So that's just the basis of creating a campaign that doesn't particularly promote a website, but it's simply there to organize a bunch of projects together to do one particular task. In this case, account creation. Hopefully this has helped you out a little bit. Hopefully it hasn't confused you. I know sometimes that can get a bit confusing when it comes to explaining things. So if anything's confusing, please feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try and respond as soon as possible. Also, keep a lookout for more tutorials to come. This is only the first video and I plan to make many, many more. And if you have any suggestions or if you have any questions or suggestions for videos even, just go ahead and let me know in the comments or send me a message or leave a message on the video homepage and I'll go ahead and consider it and see if I can make a video for you. Until next time, have some fun nuking.